Welcome on into the first edition of The Edge, presented by GodfatherLocks.com. I am your host, Sean Brace from PhillyInfluencer.com. And over to my right, I have the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only behind GodfatherLocks.com, Mr. Joe Eunice. Joe, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. How about this? We get a nice video set up, GodfatherLocks.com. The Edge.
Yes.
The Edge is about to start up, and I'm pumped and ready to go. Man.
Yes, less than 2 months away from NFL kicking off, college football right around the corner,
Yep.
Major League Baseball second half happening this weekend. Lots to get into, Joe, but let's kick things off first and foremost with just refresh our memory from last year. And we're talking about NFL, we're talking about college football. What sticks out to you the most from last year? Blowouts? Was there big spreads? Easy winners? What sticks out to you the most about last year's football season?
First thing that comes to mind, Sean, is the bowl season. I mean, if you remember, the bowl games were just out of this world, whether it was a big comeback in Central Michigan versus Western Kentucky, or the championship game where Oregon blowing out Florida State in the Rose Bowl. There were so many moments where we cashed in on, and we made a capital gain on the bowls until the NFL playoff season started. And that's where we made a lot of cash, was bowl season. But to get to bowl season, a lot of work goes into it. Week 1, all the way to week 15, 16 in college football, we're moving every Saturday is crucial. So that's what stood out to me most, was bowl season in college football.
Question for you. How comfortable are you in the beginning of the season? You know, where it's a feeling out process, but how comfortable are you when you look at those numbers? What sticks out to you the most when you're looking at numbers at the beginning of whatever season it is, whether college football or NFL?
Well, the saying goes, Sean, with any handicapper, it's you jump on the beginning. Why is that? Vegas odds makers, they don't know just as much as we do the first 2 weeks of the season. They're still rusty. They didn't have a game to handicap from the year before. So if you do your research like we're doing right here, all postseason, all into the offseason, TCU, Ohio State, you're reading up on Florida State. This is the edge, no pun intended. This is the edge where you get on the books and the odds makers because they don't know as much as we do. So it's always strong to come out, hit them in the mouth. And if you notice, the last couple Thursdays that we started off the college football season, those have been sweeps or 3-1 nights because we're ready to go. We've done our research. Now let's put it on the table and make some cash.
That's right, GodfatherLocks.com. That's the website. Check it out right now. But before you do all that, you go off of units. You go off of 5-unit plays. You go off of 10-star big-time unit plays. Just take us behind the scenes on whether you stick to this game plan. If you stick to the script, you come out on top.
Yeah, and that's the key to all this, Sean. It's basically understanding your bankroll. We don't want anybody to lose their house or lose their car. No. But what we want them to do is weigh the plays. You can't go into anything and just have everything labeled the same way. There's got to be some sort of weighted scale. So how these units work, Sean, is simple. Last night, for instance, we had the American League. We love the American League. 10-star play. Every bankroll for every customer varies. I'm not telling you to bet $1,000 on every play. I'm telling you, hammer the American League. Come back, weight it the way it is. You may not have $1,000. Bet half, bet a quarter, however that may be. But follow the structure because it's not about record. Yeah. I can go 3-1, but all 3 were small. One big one, we don't make a profit. So that's what I pride myself in. That's why we have the loyalty program, which we'll get to a little bit later as well.
GodfatherLocks.com. That's right. Had the winner in the All-Star game, the American League.
And people tell me it was a coin flip. It's not a coin flip.
Yes.
You do a little research. I love the pitching in the AL. We'll talk about MLB too. But you got to do something. There's always a line. There's a line. There's a reason for a line. And that's what we're here for. We break it down as best we can.
All right. Well, before we do all that, let's get into what we can place a wager on right now when you're talking about football. Yep. And that is season totals, wins or losses for the NFL franchises out there. I'm asking you, Joe, to give me 3 right now. GodfatherLocks.com locks. I want 3 winners. And if you wouldn't mind, let's just go ahead and start off with what team would you want to throw out there first?
Well, first, I got to go to AFC. I got to go the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals,
that's the first one.
Cincinnati Bengals, who went 10-5-1 last year, and Vegas Bovado odds have them listed at this year at an over/under of 8.5. Where are you at?
Cheap. 8.5 is cheap. I mean, I'll tell you what, Andy Dalton gets criticized for him not being winning in the playoffs and not coming through when the team needs him most. Let's not forget, Cincinnati's got weapons. They got A.J. Green, they got Bernard in the backfield. Their defense continues to shut it down the front 7. I think that's a value play. That someone fell asleep at the wheel making that line. I'd go over 8.5 with confidence. That division, again, Pittsburgh, who knows? No Palomalu. Roethlisberger's getting up there in age. Baltimore, you don't know what they're going to give you. Cincinnati is a spot, 8.5. I would take over. It won't be easy. Look at 9 or 10 wins for the Bengals.
All right, well, there you have it. Yep. Next team, give me another one.
Yeah, this is one. I love Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay's a good one.
Green Bay, who went 12-4 last year, and Bovado odds have them listed at 11. Woo, that's a high number.
It's high for a reason. I go over in that as well. And here's my point. I think Green Bay is a Super Bowl team this year. I think this is their year to do it again. Aaron Rodgers with Nelson and the weapons he has on the outside, as well as Lacey in the backfield. That's a 13-win team this year, Sean. And if it's not 13, it's 12. They're a double-digit win team. If somehow it's 11, you take the push. Push is better than a loss.
That's right.
I say you go over.
All right. And that third and final winner?
Here's a really surprising one. San Francisco 49ers.
San Fran, who went 8-8 last year, and the number for this year is 7. Bovada odds at 7. Where are you at?
This team's falling off the horse this year again. I think even further than where they were last year. Remember, Harbaugh is now the coach of the Michigan Wolverines. He's not there anymore. Kaepernick with question marks around him. I think San Francisco way too high. They're a 4-win team this year. The Niners their window has closed, Sean. I think they should have won a championship years ago. They got there against Baltimore, couldn't do it. NFC championship appearances fell short. Reminds us of the Eagles. But the 49ers go under 7. I would say 5 wins for the Niners. Tops. 5-6 wins. So
there's
under.
There's 3 season total winners for you right there, free of charge. But I want to, since we're staying with this segment here, I'm going to pepper you with 3 squads.
Okay.
All right, the New York Jets. Tell me what you think about the New York Jets, who went 4-12 last year. Bovada odds have them listed at 7.5 this year. Under, over. Where you going?
Yeah, I'm going to go under because look, no quarterback to me, Geno Smith or whoever else you throw out there. It does me no good. I don't put a bet in anybody. I don't put bets on the New York Jets. Let's put it that way. I got burned before plenty of times. It's just what it is. Think about it straight. When you make a bet at the window, think about what you're saying to the teller. Whether it's $500 on the Jets. To me, don't do it. 7.5, go under the 7.5.
Even without no Rex Ryan this year?
No, go under. That makes it even worse. Go under 7.5 with the New York Jets. I would stay away.
All right, and how about this one? The Dallas Cowboys, who just inked up Dez Bryant to a long-term deal. He will be in camp. Obviously, Tony Romo had a great season last year. 12-4. Bovada odds have them listed at 9.5. Under, over. Joe, where you going?
Here's another interesting one. I think I go over because, again, this is Dallas's chance to finally make that jump. The run game is a question mark, Sean. We all know that. I think the defense is a big step up from where they were. I think Romo with Dez, with Witten, they still got it. 9.5 that's perfect. That's a perfect number. I say they get 10 or 11 wins. 2-team race in that division. 2-team race, I'd go over.
And I'm hoping the other team you're talking about is the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's where we're going to finish this segment. The Eagles, 10-6 last year, missed the playoffs. Bovada odds at 9.5. Under, over. Joe, where you going? And for the sake of Philadelphia, I'm hoping you're going to go double-digit victories this year.
I am not, Sean. This doesn't sit well, but I got to be honest. Again, this actually leads me to betting with your mind, not your heart. I am an Eagles fan, as I'm sure you are as well, but we look at it from an outside picture. I have to play it the way my mind tells me to play it. 9.5 is too much. They don't have the quarterback, Sean. Sam Bradford, again, don't trust him. I don't trust Mark Sanchez. I don't trust Sam Bradford. I do like Murray. I do like the additions on the defensive side. I'm thinking 8 or 9 wins. They may get 10, but I'll feel safer going under as it stands here in July. I'll go under.
That's fair. And that is 6 under, over total winners for you, free of charge. But make sure you check out the website at GodfatherLocks.com and follow us on Twitter at GodfatherLocks. And if you want to reach out, say something, you want to give us a little comment, a little feedback about this video, check us out and hit us up on email, godfatherlocks@gmail.com. For Joe Eunice, I'm Sean Brace. Back after this.